60 days to Immortal. This video is going to be split into multiple chapters, so if one seems more interesting to you than other, feel free to skip to it. With that out of the way, enjoy the video. This first chapter will be short, but somewhat useful for the rest of the video. Episode 9, Act 1 of Valorant began on June 27th, 2024 and ended on August 28th, 2024. This was a distance of 61 days. I did my first stream on June 28th, 2024, 60 days away from the end of the act. I was going to be unable to play Valorant consistently past the 28th of August due to having to move to go to university. This means that the last day of the act was my last chance to grind up to my dream rank. On that first day of the act, I played my placements off stream, otherwise a majority of the days were either streamed or recorded. Before the episode's rank reset, I was Ascendant 1. This video's order will be based in the order that events started. For example, if I show a clip or set of clips, they will be in the section where they occurred, which may not always be the most relevant section. One final thing is that every time I refer to a day, for example, day 46, that means there was 46 days until the act ends. So day 46 is 2 weeks into the challenge, not 6 weeks into the challenge. With that, let's get into the start of the challenge. On the first day of the act, I played my placements off stream to see how far I would be from Immortal, and if this would be a realistic goal. I got placed Platinum 3 after going 2 to 3 in my placements. Before my first stream on June 28th, I got back to Diamond 1 before starting stream. At the time I was primarily playing smokes, as that was what I saw a majority of my success on early on. I was very results oriented and just wanted to make sure that I was getting back to Ascendant at the very least. Throughout the entirety of episode 8, which was 6 months long, I was stuck in Diamond until just before the episode reset. To say that I was scared of Diamond was an understatement. These first 10 days weren't terribly interesting as it was just me climbing back to Ascendant, but I'm so incredibly happy that I didn't get stuck in Diamond for longer than 10 days. Every single day mattered. Early on, questions were being asked like, what happens if you don't get Immortal? Then I'm just sad. Henry, that's it. I'm just sad. At the time of the clip you just saw, I was low in Diamond 2. The challenge barely started, and I was already preparing for failure, something I regret looking back on it with all the mental improvement I have gone through regarding the game. I also couldn't seem to go positive in a game. Dude, I'm so close to being positive so many times. Like 2 kills, 3 kills, 1-1. I just can't go positive. However, the stats that were showing were significantly better than the ones I had in the act before. I finally established my 4 agents I would play during this first section: Neon, Gecko, Clove, and Deadlock. These 4 agents wouldn't last very long, but I had a lot of experience on all of them. After 10 days, or day 50, I got back to my peak rank at the time, Ascendant 1. The screen I've been waiting for. Hold on, Arthur Morgan 24 and 8. Okay. Hey, let's go, we're back! Woo! Now that I was back to my old rank, the real challenge begins. This chapter began soon after I reached Ascendant 1 again, and I'm going to split into 3 subsections: pre-training, mental reinforcement, and mechanical training. In this portion, I was just continuing to play the game. After all, I went from Plat 3 to Ascendant 1 by this point. Clearly something was working. Turns out, it was. I continued playing the game and was still slowly climbing. Slower than I'd like, but still climbing nonetheless. Soon after, I decided to dedicate to mental reinforcement and mechanical training, both of which were enhanced in different ways that worked for me specifically. During this section, I was already practicing my mental and trying to make it so I would tilt less, try to win more. Good news is, on day 43, I met someone named Elias. Elias is going to be a very prominent figure throughout the rest of this video as he permanently changed the way I think of every single round. By this point, I already had a list of rules that I made myself follow, either mechanically or mentally, to make sure I went prepared going into every session. But he reinforced and enhanced these rules to make them better than they already were. He was significantly better than anyone I had ever seen play the game at my rank, and his only rule is that he always wanted to win. No matter what, to him it was always winnable. I soon adapted his mindset, thinking that no gap was too far and no eco is a throwaway. He had a line that I distinctly remember that was him saying, "This is winnable," every time we were on an eco, and somehow we won them. Because of Elias, on day 42, I reached a new peak of Ascendant 2.
Those guys weren't bad, by the way. Their comp was just terrible.
Yeah, Ascendant 2, baby. Throughout January to February, in the middle of me being hard stuck in Diamond, I began using aim labs in the range a lot more. I was training my aim, movement, and literally anything that could give me an advantage in a 50-50. I spent hours in a custom game practicing Euro lineups, neon movement, going into maps with friends, and making sure I had references for head-eye to improve my crosshair placement. I was trying everything to make it so I could speed up my improvement just a tiny bit more. Because of this training, I started seeing results fast, especially while queuing with Elias. We even created a duo playbook on specific maps where we could use both of our utils to completely shut down a site. For example, on Sunset A side, he threw a one-way here. I ran up and blinded this with a fast rotate GP. He had a blind prepped and went from the other side. It was almost impossible to fight in main for many of the enemies as they didn't have coordinated enough util to stop us, and if they wanted to go B, there was a Cypher waiting for them. This is just one of the many plays we created to demolish lobbies. Soon after, on day 36, I hit another new peak rank of Ascendant 3. At that moment, it was looking like I could get Immortal any day now. It was so much closer than it was before. I even got to a point where I was at Ascendant 3, 71 armor. Little did I know what was in store for me. Unfortunately, I stopped streaming on day 35 to increase my focus on the game, so there won't be as much footage from games from here on out. During this section, I was beginning to see my competitive nature begin to falter. I didn't want to run 35 comp games a day, and I was beginning to wear out of the game. This was also enhanced by Elias losing his passion for the game after reaching Immortal 2 and completing all of his goals near the end of July, meaning that I had to solo queue to Immortal now. The instant I had to solo queue, all of my practice and trust in my teammates dissipated without Elias. I went on terribly large loss streaks, and no matter what I did, I could never end a day up. Because of these massive loss streaks, I was now in Ascendant 1, on the brink of Diamond again. For being 2 games away from Immortal, now in low Ascendant 1, one could say I was struggling. Throughout the end of July, I was coaching a few lower ranked players and had noticed how much focusing on 1 or 2 things could help an individual. So even though Elias didn't play the game anymore, I decided to ask for his help to look over a game I played by myself and see what I could do better, resulting in the second document I had to improve myself, the Splefer notes. Near the same time, I got recommended a video by a YouTuber named Corey. I never heard him at the time of watching, but I decided to give this video a look, and it was one of the things that I am so glad I did. He talked about doing things such as getting a consistent amount of sleep, exercising, meditating, and so much more. At the time of the video, he was a very similar rank as me, peaked Ascendant 3, and I resonated with him. I rarely exercised, I ate whenever I felt like it, and wasn't always worried about what I was eating. Until this point, it never affected me. I fully recommend taking a look at his videos, it helped me a ton. I've also attached it in the description. Because of his advice, I decided to try sleeping consistently, eating 3 meals a day, focusing on what food I was eating, walking 3 kilometers at 7.5 minutes a kilometer daily, alongside seeing the sunset every day and thinking without music playing or playing anything, just looking over the horizon. This physical hardship and mental clarity allowed me to improve in stuff beyond the game. Even though I was by no means the most athletic guy, I still tried my best and started seeing improvement, both in-game and out-of-game. After almost a week of doing this, on day 19, I finally climbed back to Ascendant 2. I continued doing this for another week and a bit until the dreadful day 8. Throughout the weeks leading up to this section, I noticed that I wasn't on pace to meet my goal with how few games I was playing a day. I was afraid to drop RR, so I was only queuing until I was up a little and then rarely queued anymore beyond that. At this point, it was setting in that failure was very possible, that all of what I was doing over the last month and a half could have been for waste. I was sacrificing relationships and time with family for nothing. These thoughts made it so I fell into a week of obsession. This week went against everything I was following in the previous chapters. I didn't warm up, I didn't go walk or focus on sleep, I didn't go watch the sunset. The only thing that I had in my head was trying to queue one more game. Throughout this week, I woke up, ate breakfast, played Val, ate lunch, played Val, ate dinner, played Val, and went to sleep. It was a harsh cycle that I don't wish upon anybody, and I feel bad for anyone who's actively doing that just for fun. I was playing a minimum of 7 hours of Val a day, and I can't remember a single significant event that occurred throughout that week because of how monotone it was. I even went back on my agents that I practiced. It was no longer playing Neon and Yoru and Clove. It was now also playing Killjoy, Cypher, and ISO. Literally anything I could do to try and get a win. I didn't care about how I got the wins, just that I got them. This caused me to employ strategies that were generally frowned upon, such as using ISO with an Odin only. Though I have to mention that it was pretty fun making those people bad at that gun. Basically, in this section, all I could do was play Val, and there was no thoughts in my mind other than how to win the next game. In this week, I could have gone from Ascendant 3 86 RR to Ascendant 2 81 RR in a single day. I even did that multiple times. Luckily, during this section, on day 7 I met a person named Yui. Now Yui was an ex-Immortal player who just came back to the game. After being placed in Diamond 2, he was trying to make it back up to Ascendant in the limited time before the act ended. Turns out, me and Yui had some pretty nice chemistry. Because Yui was also so dead set on trying to get to Immortal, he was on almost as much hopium as me. Almost. We went and ran it for so long every day that we eventually started climbing. With Yui, we couldn't be stopped, winning game after game, even though I was engaging in bad habits that made it so I was playing agents with little preparation. For example, for the time I was with Elias, I almost only played Yoru, but here we are on Killjoy because it would be easier. I'm just waiting for alarm bot so I can pop Elias. Smoked! Wait! I don't have dash. It's okay? Damn. Their smoke faded. Oh! A couple things I realized because of this phase is that there was no lead that would guarantee a win. I lost multiple 6+ round leads in the span of a day and brought back some 8-round deficits. The game is always winnable no matter how bad it looks. Believe that fully and you'll always have a chance. I even started using the line, "This round is winnable" on ecos from Elias as I began to realize he was right. I wish to reiterate that this was a section of obsession. I was unimproving and I was doing no good habits. I was procrastinating chores, I wasn't spending time with my parents, even though at the time I was leaving in just over a week. I wasn't doing anything with my life and it was a terrible time. Luckily, there's a happy ending to the story. This section is going to be a lot more video and a lot less commentary, but throughout the entire process of making this video, on the side I was making my own little montage. Since I finished the challenge, the montage was done. If you want to skip to the final round, go to the timestamp on screen. What?
There's 2 up.
Wait, let me get it. Nice, you did. Hey, let's go! We're back!
This one. That's a
Dude, you're actually bullying these people. Is it? Oh! Okay, Jack. Wait for my.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
Let's go!
Oh my god.
You're so cringe.
enemy remaining.
Slide.
Go, go, go!
Let's go!
God.
Let's go! Yes! Come on. Let's go! Yes!
You're immortal. Let's go.
Oh, finally! Holy shit!
All you needed to do was not so lucky.
Oh my god. I couldn't believe it. I made it. After 2 months of ups and downs, we made it from Plat 3 to Immortal 1. It's still wild to me that this was even possible, that I did get hard stuck in Ascendant for months like so many other people. I find value in the final round of every achievement. I've watched every final round at the end of a VCT championship and have seen countless rank up rounds. I'd like to attach mine. Even though I was making a billion mistakes and the conclusion was already shown in the montage, I thought I'd have it here. Skip to the time on screen if you want to go to the conclusion of the video.
Switching sides. Match point. Gotta go. Aye, right too.
They slammed B a lot.
Go, go, go.
Track them down.
See this. I'm going to mark door. B, many mid. B main and mid.
Okay, careful for the flank.
Could be a market split. Smoke
You
top.
got that.
Nade in from
120
main.
jet.
Nade from main.
120 jet.
Yep.
E?
Satcheled out. Out and out B. Done. Hold on, I can't help you. Nice.
Alright,
Front
sure,
side.
sure.
I can't. I'm blind, I'm blind. Do you have
I
cam?
have no more trips. I can't see. They're on site. One's behind this corner.
There.
That time.
Unlucky.
Out, planning. I'm waiting
Planning
for you
default,
guys.
just race.
Spike planted.
Two front side. Omen TP'd. Oh, 2 main. Playing post.
Flashing.
He shot me.
Last player standing.
Garage.
Gotta go. One enemy remaining.
Slide.
Go, go, go.
Let's go!
Oh my god.
God.
Let's go! Yes!
That's the clip you needed.
Holy shit.
Now you're ready. That's your radiant clip right there, bro. That's your radiant clip.
Defenders
Try that
win.
again. I dare you. What did I say?
I mean,
Don't mess
not
with
radiant,
me.
immortal clip. That's your immortal clip. That's your immortal clip.
Holy shit.
Let's go. You're immortal. Let's go. Oh, not
And
even
let's,
like
plus 11? Plus 11. Come on.
Nah, don't
Come
do
on.
that. Don't do that.
Let's go! Yes!
You're immortal. Let's go.
Oh, finally! Holy shit!
All you needed to do was not so lucky.
Oh my god. I did so shit that entire game.
Fine, you clutched it at the end there.
Oh my god.
Let's go. We're immortal.
Actually,
We're
shit.
both immortal.
Oh, dude. It's over. It's over. Every night during my obsession phase, I looked in the mirror and tried to tell myself that it was possible to make it. But there was always that doubt in my mind that this video would be about not reaching every goal, that failure was an option, and that it was okay. It was a bad mental state to be in, forcing myself to continue playing because I didn't want failure to be the outcome of this video. And I'm glad that with 1 day remaining, we made it. One last anecdote is that the day before I reached Immortal, also known as Day 2, I saw a video by Asterisk UI on screen right now. And I don't know what changed, but something happened that motivated me to try my absolute hardest the next day. The video is linked in the description, but it was a beautiful thing to see. Thank you to the people on screen for directly influencing my journey through this. Whether it was Elias or Yui who queued with me, or Praz and Frank FWM who made videos that gave me advice which allowed me to start manufacturing my mental rules and playbooks, or even the people I coached who forced me to think differently about the game. All of these people are on screen. Everyone mentioned who has a channel or a video I specifically used will be linked in the description for anyone else who wants to check them out, as they helped me a significant amount. With that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.